This is a sports presentation of the WB11. This is New York Yankees baseball, live on the WB11.
From the Metrodome in Minneapolis, WB11 Sports proudly presents New York Yankees baseball. Tonight, the Yankees play the Minnesota Twins. The starting pitchers for tonight's game are Mike Buddie for the Yankees and Frank Rodriguez for the Twins. Hello, everybody. I'm Bobby Mercer. Say hello to Tommy John. Welcome to New York Yankees baseball here on the WB11. Well, Hideki Irabu was supposed to start for the Yankees tonight, but he is still bothered by that sore foot after being hit on the foot by a baseball. And Ramiro Mendoza, who's the guy that normally fills in, he's got a sore shoulder. So Mike Buddie goes for the Yankees tonight, TJ. A little roughed up in his last start, but he came back and pitched very well after that.
Bobby, he did. Mike Buddie's got good stuff, but the last time, 5 runs in the first inning, roughed up a little bit right here, but he got his game under control and pitched credible baseball after that. Mike Buddie, a good sinker, a good hard breaking ball. You see the slider right there for a strike 3. And watch the inside fastball here. He's got enough to get it in on hitters. The Yankees need innings out of him tonight because they're short out of the bullpen.
And we go back to that last start. He gave up the 5 earned runs. All 5 runs came in the first inning. Then he settled down, and that's what really impressed Joe Torre. So he gets his second major league start tonight against the Minnesota Twins. Well, the Yankees roster is beginning to come together here in the latter part of the 1998 season. They only have 2 guys now on the disabled list, Nelson and Holmes. Chili Davis off the disabled list in Kansas City, and he is a hot tamale right now, or a hot chili, I guess you would say. Playing very well.
Well, he's a 4-alarm chili. You don't expect Chili Davis to come out hitting like he has. He's still in spring training. Right there, Rosado threw the ball by him. But that is Chili Davis. He's been hitting a lot of line drives. Even when he makes an out, the ball's hit hard. And Chili Davis will only get better as he gets more and more at bats.
Well, in only 3 games since coming off the disabled list, he's 4 for 10 with 5 walks, 328 career home runs. Well, the Yankees could certainly use a few more of those from Chili Davis. He's back, and so are the Yankees, and we'll have the starting lineup for you when we come back right here on the W11.
Backed by popular demand, the Nissan early model year-end clearance has been extended. Right now, with every new 98 Nissan in America, get an amazing $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR financing. Like a new Maxima, a new Pathfinder, or a new Quest, and get $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Visit a Nissan retailer today and choose your Nissan. This $2,000 or 0% APR offer absolutely ends August 31st.
Why did the human cross the road? To get to the chicken on the other side. Because it's Chicken Choice Days at McDonald's. And no one has hot, delicious chicken choices like our Chicken Selects, Crispy Chicken Sandwich, Grilled Chicken Sandwich, and Chicken McNuggets. So come choose your favorite chicken. And right now, with any chicken product, get a coupon for delicious breakfast deals. Did somebody say McDonald's?
The left to the body, the right to the door.
Occasionally, time flies even faster than usual, like during the Dodge Summer Clearance, where for a limited time, Dodge Caravan, America's best-selling minivan, comes with exceptionally low 1.9 financing. Or select cash back instead, like $1,500 on Grand Caravan, or get $1,250 cash back on this Caravan, making it America's lowest-priced minivan at just under $16,900. But please hurry, while time is still on your side. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
New York Yankees baseball is sponsored by the Toyota Camry, the #1 selling car in America. Toyota every day. Now that's based on the R&L Polk 1997 total passenger car registrations. And by Corona Extra, change your whole attitude. And by Ford, expect more, get more. Let your tri-state quality Ford dealers show you why there's more to afford. And by Nobody Beats the Wiz. For total entertainment, nobody beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company. And hello, everybody. I'm Bobby Mercer along with Tommy John, and welcome to New York Yankees baseball here on the WB11. A lot of people back in New York will recognize that face there. That's Frank Rodriguez, born and now lives in Brooklyn, New York. And he makes the start against the Yankees tonight. That's his record. 2-2, high earned run average. And his first pitch is to Chuck Knobloch, and the pitch is upstairs for a ball.
Bobby, Frankie Rodriguez can be as good as he wants to be. He's so inconsistent. There'll be flashes of brilliance, and you'll say, man, he's got it.
And the next pitch is up high for a ball. Now it's a ball two, no strikes to Knobloch, and this has been one of Rodriguez's problems as we take a look at Knobloch's numbers on the year. Good numbers for the ex-Minnesota Twin, and they probably are wondering how in the world and what did he do to gain some power. He's a home run hitter, and he left the Homer Dome here.
He left the Homer Dome. You know, I was watching Chuck in batting practice tonight, and I never saw him hit the ball to the left side of second base. He was really working on hitting the ball, slicing it into right field. We'll see if that carries over during the game.
And that pitch is popped up down the right field line. Giving chase is Coomer, and he runs out of room, so the count now goes to 2-2. And tonight's starting lineup for the Yankees brought to you by Corona Extra Beer. Change your whole attitude. Jeter will follow Knobloch, followed by O'Neill, Williams, Martinez. Strawberry gets the assignment as a designated hitter tonight, so Chili Davis gets the night off. Curtis, Brocious, and then Girardi make out the 9 for Joe Torre. The Yankees had plenty of opportunities to come back against the Twins as they lost their 22nd road game of 1998, 5-3 here at the Metrodome. Andy Pettit took the loss for the Yankees. And that pitch is slapped into center field. Coming on is Nixon, and he will get there to make the catch. Knobloch hit it hard, but Nixon was there.
Tonight's starting defense for the Twins is brought to you by the new Dodge. It's about change. Steinbach, Coomer, Walker, Mears, Gates on the infield, Cordova, Lawton on the corners, and Otis Nixon, the old guy, in dead center field, and he's still got some speed in the legs and got some leather on his hand.
So the old wily veteran out in center field, he still has that good speed, as you mentioned, and he can cover some ground here at the Metrodome. Derek Jeter now will step in with one out in the top of the first for the Yankees. That will be fouled off of Jeter's foot, and he is in some pretty good pain.
Yankees don't need this. They don't need somebody else to go down. Knobloch got one off the leg earlier this week. Oh, man, that got him right on the left instep, Bobby.
Yeah, Knobloch took one off of his left calf and was out a couple of games, so Jeter's going to shake it off. It's great to be young. And it only hurts for a little while. And good numbers for Derek Jeter, batting .322, 15 home runs, 63 RBIs. Knobloch is better now with that left calf, and that's a strike to Jeter. So now Rodriguez in front of Jeter, 0-2. I said he comes from Brooklyn, but the Twins were counting on Radke and Frankie Rodriguez. Punch here for the Twins, but the inconsistency of Rodriguez has him going back to Salt Lake City and then coming back to the Minnesota Twins. And I think now that Bob Tewksbury has been hurt, Mike Morgan has been hurt, Rodriguez has found his way back into the rotation, and hopefully he can prove something else now to Tom Kelly.
He started out the season in the bullpen and was ineffective, and TK is a player's manager, Bobby. He will let you have all the rope you need to hang yourself, and he just keeps running guys out there and pats you on the back, but there's only so much that you can do.
And the breaking ball, foul back and out of play. Good pitch by Rodriguez, and An even better swing by Derek Jeter just to stay alive.
You know, there are pitchers in this league that would give half their contract to have the physical tools that this young man has right here. He just has not put together, hasn't figured out what it takes to be consistent when he doesn't have his good stuff.
That's outside for a ball. Now it's 1-2 on Jeter.
You would see him pitch games where he would have the opposition just eating out of his hands and then inexplicably just lose it. All of a sudden, lose it.
Grounded towards Walker at second. And so Jeter is gone, and there's 2 outs for the Yankees here in the first. Todd Walker, what a year he is having. He is second in the batting race, just behind Bernie Williams, who leads the American League with a .354 average. And Walker really has stabilized that second base position. He came up as a shortstop. We'll talk more about that as Paul O'Neill now steps in, and a guy that's kind of battling, I guess, a mini slump for Paul O'Neill. He hasn't hit the ball that hard, and he doesn't have that smile on his face that you normally see before batting practice. That pitch is outside for a ball to O'Neill. Very serious now when he comes to he's always a serious guy, but I think he's a little bit more serious now. Maybe a little bit concerned about not hitting the ball the way he would like to. He was 0 for 5 last night.
I know during batting practice he comes up and he said, "I stink. I just stink." And I said, "Paul, you may stink. You may think you stink, but I said there are guys in here that would love to swing the bat like you."
And now Rodriguez has fallen behind 2-0 with 2 outs here at the top of the first inning.
You know, they set the bar so high it's hard to vault over it, and Paul O'Neill has a lot of expectations and expects to do well every game.
And that pitch is outside for ball 3-0. So O'Neill, we'll see if Joe Torre gives him the green light here at 3-0 in this, what some baseball people call a bandbox here at the Metrodome. That pitch is low. Well, no, it's not low. Culberth behind home plate calls it a strike. Now it's 3-1. Besides being 0 for 5 last night, O'Neill is 0 for his last 13. And he chops this one towards Walker. Walker makes his second put out, the third out of this inning for the Yankees. So the Yankees go 1-2-3, no score. Minnesota coming up.
This is Imagine TV.
Where have you been? A customer wanted to try out the golf clubs on sale. So what'd you tell him?
Here's an impressive drive, the Mercury Sable LS Touring Edition. For just $299 for 33 months, you get no charge leather, no charge moonroof, and no charge ABS. Total it up, and Sable comes in $6,000 less than Camry XLE.
Keep the left arm straight. That's it.
Till next time, imagine yourself in a Mercury.
This summer,
I'm innocent.
America's Most Wanted
We got us a murderer on the loose.
must prove the impossible. Wrongfully Accused. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, August 21st.
Hey, Yankee fans, join the excitement when the New York Yankees take on Ken Griffey Jr. and the Seattle Mariners for 3 games on Friday, August 28th at 7:30, Saturday the 29th at 1, and Sunday, August 30th at 1:30. On the 29th, fans 14 and under will receive a Yankee folder for Back to School Day, sponsored by Modell's. On the 30th, fans 14 and under will receive a Yankee photo frames, compliments of Kodak. Get your tickets now.
Win-win. The state or condition of getting what you want at a really good price. Conversational use, I was in a no-lose situation. Welcome to the 98 Honda Clearance. Don't you just love it when you win?
Welcome back to the Metrodome. Minnesota coming to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Yankees didn't score in the top half the first. Mike Buddie gets his second major league start for the Yankees. his record, all of it out of the bullpen, as Otis Nixon leads it off for Minnesota. Nixon is one of those guys that doesn't have a lot of home run. He utilizes his speed. He'll chop and run, especially on this artificial surface. 281 batting average, has knocked in only 17 runs with 1 home run. And he's a pretty darn good bunter, too.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. That's the other part of his game. He's not afraid to lay the ball down, even on AstroTurf. Even on AstroTurf, Odie will put it, and if he gets it down, well, you better be quick with it.
You can see Buddie's reaction to that attempted bunt by Nixon. He slaps this one into left field for a base hit. So Nixon gets it started for Minnesota with the first hit of the ball game here in the bottom of the first. He's got 31 stolen bases, so you'll have to pay attention to him.
Watch the ball away and just takes it, and he was kind of half running to first base and just slapped it out into left field, but that's Otis Nixon's game. He'll be leaving the batter's box and maybe drag one on you or chop it. That time the ball was up a little bit and he just hit it out into left field.
Kind of like a Ralph Garr type of hitter.
Yes.
Running and then hitting. This will bring up Brent Gates, pretty good hitter. And strike one to Gates. Now Buddie in his last start, as we featured in the top of the program, he had problems in the first inning. He gave up 5 runs against Oakland in that doubleheader. And then he settled down after that and pitched a great ball game as he went 6 innings for New York. That really impressed Joe Torre that he was able to get his act put back together again. I think Joe Torre felt like that he was going to be a little bit nervous in his first major league start. And the fact that the young guy was able to really hold it together was impressive for Joe Torre. He's got to pay attention to Nixon at first. Nobody out for Minnesota here in the bottom of the first. Inside for a ball. Now it's 1-1. Buddie is 27 years old. .5-0 at Columbus with a 2.97 earned run average. He would hope that Columbus would be in the past for him. Yankees AAA ball club. That's on the outside corner for a call strike. 1-2. Anytime you are recalled from the AAA club and you get a chance to perform, you certainly want to make the most of it, because these are the impressive times that will keep you from going back to AAA.
Too many times, or too few times, do you get a chance and then you don't want to fumble the handoff as such.
That's down low. That'll leave the count up at 2-2.
I know I asked some of the AAA managers and pitching coaches what they thought about Buddie. And, you know, you get a chance to see him. They say, boy, he's got a good live arm. And that's the one thing almost all of them said, a good live arm.
Well, you see Stottlemyre and Torre looking on. Let me ask you this, TJ. With a 2-2 count here to Gates and nobody out. Yankees are short in the bullpen tonight. Outside for ball 3-3-2. They need a lot of innings out of Buddie tonight. But let's just say that Buddie struggles and throws a lot of pitches. What do the Yankees do for tomorrow? I mean, they still will be short in the bullpen. They'll be short when they go on to Texas for the 3-game series that will end this road trip.
What you might see if Buddie gives up not very many innings, you may see him go back down to Columbus and bring up a fresh arm like they did last time.
A chopper and a good play by Martinez at first. So Gates is gone. Nixon will end up at second with 1 out. Tonight's starting lineup for the Twins brought to you by Corona Extra Beer. You could change your whole attitude. We saw Nixon and Gates. Lawton is coming up now, followed by Cordova, Ortiz, Coomer, Walker, Steinbach, and Mears.
Now tonight's starting defense by the Yankees brought to you by the new Dodge. It's about change. Curtis, Williams, O'Neill in the outfield. Martinez, Girardi, Brocious, Jeter, and Chuck Knobloch back home on familiar territory. The Astrodome, or the Metrodome turf. AstroTurf.
And Matt Lawton, who has been a pretty tough hitter against the Yankees this year, steps in.
Matt Lawton was a young man that was sent down to the minor leagues in favor of Rich Becker. He did not complain. He did not drag his heels. He did not go to his agent. He just went down and hit the absolute daylights out of the ball. And they brought him back up, and he's been up ever since, and he's been hitting hard.
So Lawton batting third in this lineup tonight. Paul Molitor is on the disabled list, so we won't see Molitor.
Now, one of the things that you notice on Lawton, when he was earlier, about 3 years ago, he was in a real big crouch where he was crouched over, really bent down. And you see he's a little more upright, and he's carrying his bat much lower, down just about where the Twins is on his uniform.
Inside for a ball. Now it's 2-1 to Lawton.
And when you get your hands down there, Bobby, they're right in the launch position, and you don't have to do a lot of things. That's one of the things Sammy Sosa's done. Used to have his hands up real high, and he's brought them down to about letter high where you've got to start the bat.
Well, the least amount of movement, that ball coming in 90+ miles an hour, the better off you are. The more movement, the more chances for making mistakes. And all you try to do is use that little round object that you have in your hand to hit that other round object that guy is throwing at you, and you got to hit it squarely.
And you have, what, about a 1/4 of an inch space on the bat to really hit it solid.
If that much. That's a foul ball into the stands. I hope everybody is all right. It is so dangerous. And the count will go to 2 balls, 2 strikes down to Lawton. Nixon down at second, only 1 out for the Twins here in the first inning. Lawton has really been hot with the bat. So it'll be a tough go for Buddie. Lawton 5 home runs, but a couple of RBIs. This is tapped towards Martinez. Tough play for Martinez and Buddie, and they make it perfectly. That was a tough play. And Buddie covering at first base. Lawton is gone. That is not an easy play.
That was good on both ends. One, on this real springy AstroTurf, you see Tino made a good play, made a good feed. Now watch Buddie hit the bag and then stop, and he knows Nixon is at third base, might be going home, so you have to stop and get turned around ready to throw the ball to the catcher. And that's hard to do when you're running over to first base trying to go as hard as you can. Now you see him get stopped and turn around. That's what you practice on those backfields all spring training.
And Marty Cordova will step in, batting in the cleanup spot here for Minnesota. Ball 1 to him.
Marty's been a little bit of a disappointment for the Twins. I think they thought over what he had in his rookie year, and they were hoping that he could build off that. But you see 9 home runs. He's been hurt off and on this year, but still I think they thought that he was going to have a little more power.
Well, of course, Steinbach too has let them down in the power department. That will be fouled over to the stand, so the count goes to 1-1 on Cordova with 2 outs, a man on at third for Minnesota. Terry Steinbach coming over from the Oakland A's after hitting 35 home runs and driving in 100. And then he had a down year last year in his first year. And still struggling right now. Down low and outside for a ball. Now it's 2-1. Nixon, the speedster at third, waiting to come home. And Buddie certainly will have something to say about that, he hopes. And a good pitch right on the outside corner. That's the kind of pitch that you need to make. Quality pitches on tough hitters like Cordova with men in scoring position.
Well, that was right on the outside corner. Now you've got, to me, you can stay right out there and throw that little hard slider away.
And he does it again, and it's perfect. Striking out Cordova. Beautiful pitch from Mike Buddie. Minnesota strands 1. We played 1. No score.
No matter how high the thermometer climbs or how sticky the humidity gets, nothing will be hotter this summer than the deals you'll get during Jeep Summer Days. Like a 0 down, $319 a month Grand Cherokee Laredo lease with only $814 due at signing. Or during summer days, take advantage of low 1.9% financing. But you'd better hurry in because deals this incredibly hot are bound to cool down fast. Check out this 319 lease at your dealer.
Tony, I really think we should rest that arm.
Hey, well, we gotta help him.
I'll take that.
So you gonna rest your arm?
Can you try that, please?
Rest his arm.
Yeah, honey. Yeah, I'll be home soon.
Remember what happened last time? Here comes the choo-choo.
All right, hey, pitch a good one, Tony. You okay?
Hey.
Oh, hey, buddy. Come on.
You had to do it.
You're a better man than I am.
Saving Private Ryan is a great film, says Joel Siegel of Good Morning America. I can't wait to see it for a third time. Tom Hanks, Saving Private Ryan, a film by Steven Spielberg, rated R. Now playing everywhere.
I love the design of the Elantra. It's sleek, perfect on the road. It handles wonderfully. I got everything I wanted with this car.
For a limited time, you could get a Hyundai Elantra with dual airbags and stereo cassette as low as $8,999. So, you better hurry down to your Hyundai dealer because these deals are going real quick. You can get an Elantra for as low as $8,999 with dual airbags and stereo cassette during the real sale.
Welcome back to the Metrodome. No score with the Yankees coming up here in the second inning. And they will lead off with Bernie Williams batting .354. That leads the American League. 20 home runs and 70 RBI. And Bernie Williams missed a lot of days on the disabled list. So Bernie having another quality year, and what a year it could be for Bernie Williams playing out his free agency year here with the Yankees.
Bernie's missed 31 games. Just 31 if you got 3.5 at bats. That's another 100 at bats. And the way he's hitting home runs and driving runs in, my heaven sakes alive.
3 home runs in his last 4 games. He was 0 for 4 last night. Hit hard, but right to Coomer at first. Rodriguez steps on the bag. 1 gone for the Yankees. Hey fans, here's your chance to look like your favorite Yankee player. Now you can purchase authentic hats, jackets, and t-shirts right on the web. You can visit the official Yankees website at the www.yankees.com to purchase Yankee items from keychains to authentic on-field caps. It's all available on the web, and believe it or not, credit cards are accepted. Very few Americans have credit cards, so if you have one, you can buy some of those items with a credit card as Tino Martinez steps in. Good pitch from Rodriguez, a breaking ball in there for a called strike. 288 average, 19 home runs, and another quality year in the RBI department. He will reach that 100 mark for the 3rd consecutive year. Popped up off to the left side. Gates and Mears putting it away in fair territory. 2 gone for New York. So that will bring up the designated hitter. Darryl Strawberry will step in. Chili Davis getting the night off. And Chili talking to him before today's ball game. TJ and I were around that batting cage, and he says he feels really comfortable. No problems with the ankle. In fact, he would like for somebody to throw one down and in so he could test it out where he could turn on one. But Strawberry gets the call tonight. And as Joe Torre has done all year long with his players, he takes it very cautiously when he has a player that's somewhat injured. Of course, Chili coming off major surgery, and Joe does not want to rush him back, especially on this artificial surface, along with Hideki Irabu and Ramiro Mendoza and the rest of the crew. That's outside for a ball. Now it's 3 balls, no strikes now to Strawberry.
Well, the thing about Chili, with him on the bench, if you get into a ball game where you need a pinch hitter in the 8th or 9th inning, well, you got to rush somebody up there that has been hitting the ball.
I felt the big breeze come by here in the broadcast booth on that 3-0 pitch. I'm sure Chili is mindful of the fact that he probably would be swinging that 3-0. That's up high, so it's ball 4 to Strawberry. A respectful pitch on 3-1. Rodriguez walking Strawberry for his first walk of the game and the first Yankee base runner. And that will bring up Chad Curtis.
Frankie Rodriguez on that 3-1 pitch threw a breaking ball. And Darrell didn't throw the bat away. He wasn't sure if that might be called a strike. It was up around just above the belt.
That'll be out of play off to the right side for Curtis.
That kind of tells you what kind of stuff and what kind of fastball Frank Rodriguez has. First ball fastball inside half of the plate, and a pretty good fastball hitter, and he's laid on it. Frankie's problem is he'll get into the count at 2-2 and just come up and make a bad pitch.
Up high for a ball. Now it's 1-1 to Curtis. And Curtis has been a little bit lazy with the bat too. The bat seems to be dragging through the strike zone, and even though he didn't play last night, Tuesday against Kansas City, he got one of those 13-inning singles, and that snapped an 0 for 15 stretch for him. That's high and tight. So it's 2-1 now to Curtis. Many things will make that bat, drag through the strike zone. Mechanics mostly are the problem for it, but sometimes you get a little tired. You try to do too much, or you get a little tense with your hands, your forearms and your hands.
Do you
squeeze
think
the sawdust out of the bat? Trying so hard to get a base hit.
Do you think it's because your body opens up so fast that your hands drag through, kind of like in a golf swing?
That's the main reason. But there are other factors, but that is the main reason.
And pitching's the same way. Your body gets out and you spin open and your arm drags through. It slows down.
And that's the breaking ball up high. Now it's 3-1 to Curtis. But that front shoulder, if it flies too soon on a batter, just like a pitcher too, those hands can't do anything but come forward. Only 2 hits in his last 23. As we mentioned, he broke that 0 for 15. There goes Strawberry. The throw down is in time. It was called a strike by Cobra, so Strawberry is thrown out at second, and the Yankees are gone. Inning and a half has been played. No score here at the Metrodome.
Summer means clearance at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer. Clearance means big factory authorized cash back. Get 1,000 cash back on Chrysler Sebring Coupe and get low lease rates on Sebring Convertible. Clearance means bigger cash back. Get 1,500 cash back on Chrysler Cirrus, ranked best entry midsize car in initial quality by J.D. Power and Associates. Or get 1,500 cash back on Plymouth Neon. Summer means clearance. Clearance means savings at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
Well, Mr. Peterson, it's like this. There's questionable viscosity penetration in the ring gear of the front train where it equalizes with drive wheel torque.
Let's face it, you're not always clear on a cellular phone. But now there's Sprint PCS, the only nationwide all-digital network, for a new level of clarity.
I think what it needs is a lube and an oil.
Sprint PCS.
It should be ready in a week.
The clear alternative to cellular.
Sooner or later, a Mazda's gonna move you. We just thought we'd speed up the process. It's Mazda's Make Your Move clearance event. Get 0.9% APR financing on thousands of new Mazdas, or cash back on Mazda Millennia or Mazda MPV. Call or visit our website for details. See your Mazda dealer and make your move today.
Well, back here at the Metrodome, no score here in the bottom of the second inning. Let's take a look at our forward upcoming schedule. After tonight, the Yankees will move down to Arlington, Texas, and we'll have it for you right here on the WB11 starting at 8:30 tomorrow, the first game at 3. And then we turn it over to MSG on Saturday and Sunday. Yours truly, along with Ken Singleton, will call the action. And then the Yankees return home versus the Angels. That should be a good series. Monday and Tuesday at 7:30, Wednesday at 1. And that's a doubleheader. Then Thursday at 7:30, right back here on the WB11. Ortiz leads it off for Minnesota here in the second inning. 262 hitters, 7 home runs, and 35 RBIs. He'll be followed by Coomer and then Todd Walker. Well, Mike Buddie made some tremendous pitches to Marty Cordova to strike him out with a man on. That was in the first inning.
Look at that ball tail away. That little fastball. Now, you aren't going to get readings on the gun when you throw a tailing fastball. The more the ball moves, like that breaking ball there, the slower it's going to be. Consequently, if you get a 95-mile-an-hour reading, it's going to be a dead straight fastball. Personally, I'd rather see the ball move, have some movement on it, tailing down and away like Buddie's does.
Ortiz totally overmatched on that pitch, and so Buddie now has struck out 2 in the game. That was a good pitch.
That's a backdoor curveball right there, or backdoor slider. He got over the top of it, and the ball actually kind of broke the other way. And that happens a lot of times when a pitcher, Bobby, gets over the top of the ball and he pulls down, the ball will actually back up.
Well, some pertinent information on Mike Buddie. We mentioned 27 years old, pretty good size to him, 6'3", 210 pounds, 4th round pick for the Yankees in the '92 draft. And you see what he does against left-handers and right-handers. And this is Ron Coomer, the first baseman for Minnesota. Coomer batting .276, 13 home runs, 54 RBIs. Can play a few positions for Tom Kelly. He's at first base tonight. And speaking of first base, hey, TJ, Mark McGwire has hit 2 more home runs tonight.
That's right.
Number 50 and number 51. So McGwire now with 51 home runs in 126 games. More than, I mean, a month and a half left in the season. You got to figure that Mark McGwire certainly will break that single season record.
The only player in baseball.
May have 2 guys do it.
Might have 2, yep.
Sammy Sosa right behind him.
And Sosa plays a lot of games in Wrigley, and for the next week, it's going to be unseasonably hot in Wrigley. What happens when it gets warm in Wrigley? The wind is going to blow out. So you like Sammy Sosa's chances of getting a few.
Holy cow, this could be out of here. High and deep into left field. Going back is Curtis. It's out of here. Coomer with his 14th home run, and Minnesota takes a 1-0 lead.
Girardi's sitting outside, and that ball was right down the heart of the plate. Ron Coomer is a good fastball hitter, and he got all of that one. Hit that about 4 rows deep in left center field.
So Coomer puts Minnesota in front, and that will bring up Todd Walker.
South of Chicago during the offseason, Ron Coomer's got a hitting school. They got an indoor ranges and stuff. Kids come in, and obviously they like to see their teacher hit some home runs and put up some good stats.
Walker hits it hard, and the guy that he took his place throws him out. That's Knobloch at second. So 2 gone. Let's go back to this Coomer home run. Look at this fastball where it is.
Watch Girardi's glove. It was outside and the ball, and then he moved it to the inside part of the plate, and that was just a fat fastball, and Buddie made a mistake. And in the big leagues, you make a mistake, you pay for it.
You know what? We were talking about McGwire and home runs when Coomer was at the plate. And when you just talk about McGwire, it has some effect on players. So this is Terry Steinbach batting with 2 outs for Minnesota here in the 2nd inning.
But he's the only player in baseball history to hit 50 or more home runs 3 consecutive seasons. Boy, I mean, that's awesome.
Steinbach with 11 home runs and 38 runs batted in. Good pitch by Buddie. That's the kind of movement that they are looking for. I mean, that ball just fell off the shelf. We're talking about Steinbach when he came over from Oakland. As Buddie looks in for his numbers, 35 home runs, 100 runs batted. Swing and a miss on a bad pitch out of the strike zone. So Buddie striking out Steinbach, but it's Cooper's home run that put Minnesota in front 1-0.
Backed by popular demand, the Nissan early model year-end clearance has been extended. Right now, with every new 98 Nissan in America, get an amazing $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR financing. Like a new Maxima, a new Pathfinder, or a new Quest, and get $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Visit a Nissan retailer today and choose your Nissan. This $2,000 or 0% APR offer absolutely ends August 31st.
Now get free unlimited airtime to any one number. From Bell Atlantic Mobile, the best value in wireless. Now at Nobody Beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
Come on and dance to the Cosmo Kramer. Move your hips, let the beat take you. Start twisting, start spinning, and always leave the floor grinning. Move with me, it's easy. Kick up your heels, dance with me. 6 nights a week to the Cosmo Kramer. Jerry, George, and the beautiful Lilia. Slide down fans to the Cosmo Kramer. Hey, Cosmo Kramer!
Do the Cosmo Kramer tonight at 11 on the WB 11.
History-making moments happen at Madison Square Garden. Now you can own unforgettable Garden memories, from the fight of the century to the '73 Knicks championship, and the newest sensation, the Liberty. Limited editions to collect and treasure. Of course, they're authentic. They're garden guaranteed. The Madison Square Garden Collection. Garden memories you can own forever. Call 201-784-9600 for more information.
New York Yankees baseball is sponsored by Jeep, the most award-winning brand of 4x4s on earth. Well, that old Teflon roof here at Metrodome, you can lose a fly ball in this thing. Cannot take your eyes off of the ball when it goes up in the air. As Curtis leads it off for the Yankees here in the third. Minnesota in front by 1-0.
You know, a friend of mine, Joe Crookham, he owns Musco Lighting, said that they can light this place so you would never lose another ball here. But the Minnesota people looked at it, cost too much.
No problems with the light for Chad Curtis. First base hit for the Yankees, and the leadoff man is on for New York here in the third. Now that's the Chad Curtis with that good pop in his bat.
Good, short, quick stroke. Boom, right there. Didn't try to do anything more with the pitch than just put the fat part of the bat on the ball. Didn't try to wind up and crank it 450 feet. And that's Chad Curtis's stroke.
So Curtis is on at first. He's got good speed with 20 stolen bases. And the RBI guy for the Fab Four is up. Scott Brocious with 74 runs batted in with 14 home runs. The Yankees can beat you in so many ways. They have speed. They have power. They can hit behind the runner. They can hit and run, or run and hit. They're very patient in the strike zone. That's strike one to Brocious.
You know, as a pitcher, that's the toughest thing that I would think, is they take so many pitches and make you throw strikes that you're going to throw a fat pitch sometime.
Brocious was 0 for 4 last night and only 3 hits in his last 26 at bats. And that's fouled out of play, and it's 0-2 now to Brocious. I don't think anybody expected this Yankee ball club offensively to continue to hit like they hit for so many months. I mean, for 60 days at a time, they were driving in runs at will and getting base hits whenever they needed it, especially from the bottom of this order. Every hitter is going to go into a slump or slumps throughout the year. It's just a matter of how much time they stay in that slump. The good hitters don't stay in it very long.
Yeah, I think the big thing, you know, the first 5 guys are going to be driving the ball, and a lot of times the pressure is off of you down in the lower part of the lineup. Well, the big guys are going to carry us, and you're just up there kind of freewheeling, And as a result, you look at it and holy mackerel, you're starting to drive runs in.
Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Strike 3. So Brocious has gone, 1 out for the Yankees here in the 3rd. First strikeout for Rodriguez.
You'll see one of Frankie Rodriguez's better breaking balls right there. The ball started in the strike zone and finished out of the strike zone. Brocious read it as a fastball and started to go get it. And it just broke wide out of the strike zone.
And a lot of times, like Brocious is doing there, you'll go back and have a conversation with your hitting instructor, Chris Chambliss, as Joe Girardi steps in. That was close there.
And Frankie Rodriguez has got quick feet, and he gets rid of the ball very fast, and he puts a little something on it. You got to be, watch this, got to be on your toes. If not, he'll gun it over there.
Pretty good lead for Curtis at first. And that pitch is inside for a ball.
The Yankees have Joe Girardi, their hit and run catcher. We've seen him hit and run down in Tampa for a home run. And a couple times there in the stadium, he's hit and run. Posada's the long ball catcher.
Yeah. And Joe on this road trip is 4 for 6 with a double. Rodriguez paying a lot of attention now to Curtis with 1 out. From Joe Torre's standpoint, you know, Frank Rodriguez not always the control guy that you would like to have in a hit and run situation, so he may be cautious here even though he's run down. That's hit hard into right field. Lawton is there though to make the catch, and there's 2 gone for New York. Well, Girardi hit it hard, and the old Adam ball got him.
This is one of the reasons that Torre hit and runs with Joe, because he has the ability to hit the ball the opposite way. But you see that ball got way down on the barrel of the bat. Now, that's about a good foot from the end of the bat, and that's Jam City.
Chris Chambliss, hitting instructor for the Yankees, and when a hitter is in a slump, I think the thing that Chambliss does, and he does it so well, like a lot of great hitting instructors do, they work more on your confidence than they do on your mechanics. And that pitch is foul back and out of play. In other words, he doesn't want his hitters to get down on themselves. They wouldn't be here in the big leagues. They wouldn't have the type of numbers that they have. He doesn't want them trying a whole lot of different things. He just wants to work on their confidence level to keep that up.
I think that goes over into the pitching part of it too. When you're here because you're one of the 10 or 11, 12 best pitchers you've got in the organization. And it's not so much that it's your mechanics, but it's what's between the ears.
Towards the shortstop Mears, as they will force the runner at second. So the leadoff base hit by Chad Curtis goes by the wayside. They played 2.5. 1-0.
Hey, I'm late. Where are my keys? Where are my keys?
Got a minute?
We've got to go.
Well, Toyota's National Clearance Event is here with a huge selection. Lease a new Camry now, and for $259 a month for 36 months with 0 due at signing. They'll even take care of your first month's payment. Or get $750 customer cash, an incredible offer on America's #1 selling car. So take time off for Toyota's National Clearance Event, now at your Toyota dealer.
Attention passengers. Our bingo tournament is starting in 5 minutes on the captain's deck. Also on deck to save the craft and pipe cleaner off the window.
Reese's Nutrageous. So loaded, you don't eat it, you survive it.
How do you know when the Dodge summer clearance is here? Because time really starts to fly. And you have a limited opportunity to buy a Dodge Ram starting at $15,200. Or lease this Dodge Ram for a remarkable $219 a month. But either way, you get the only truck that has won Strategic Vision's Total Quality Award for 4 straight years. So hurry in today while time is still on your side. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Well, Minnesota has a 1-0 lead here at the Metrodome in the bottom of the third. And so they will send up Pat Mears to lead it off. Mears with some pretty good numbers for a shortstop and has always been very consistent. A lot of instruction going on here between Tom Kelly and Rodriguez, TJ.
Tom Kelly is one of the better teachers for a manager that you will see in baseball, and he goes over between innings, between starts, talks to his pitchers or hitters or whatever. You see him right there with the little jelly leg talking about the runner getting his lead at first base, what to look for.
Frank Rodriguez sitting in the dugout.
I've never seen that before.
Well, I don't know if you've ever walked in and out around those dugouts. They are not the cleanest places in the world. In fact, they are the nastiest places you would ever want to have a seat on. So
actually,
they
should
careful.
have a...
He'll catch something there. That'll be out of play. I mean, those dugout floors, they've got, I don't want to tell you what they have. They've got sunflower seeds and a bunch of other things that are hanging around down there. Outside for a ball. Now it's 2-2. So Mears, Mr. Consistency.
Isn't he, though?
I guess that's just about the best word to describe him.
This is a good count for him. He got to be able to throw a breaking ball here.
And the pitch is fouled off to the right side and out of play.
The reason I say breaking ball, Pat Mears is a good fastball hitter. If you look at his record against Randy Johnson, he just absolutely kills Randy Johnson. Look at that. Head right on the ball. Fastball was away. You can't, it's not saying at 2-2 you can't throw a fastball, but you better make it a good area.
Down low for ball 3. Now it's 3-2. Well, I guess the thing the Twins were worried about more with Mears is how he was going to fit in with his new double play partner after Knobloch had been there for so many years. No problem there. Well hit into left center field. Curtis going back, and he drags it down in front of the plexiglass in left center field, almost the same spot as Ron Coomer's home run.
Well, we were saying that Mears is a good fastball hitter and a fastball right down the heart of the plate. And the only thing there, Pat picked the wrong part of the ballpark for him to hit the ball in. And you see Curtis going up.
That was a good play by Curtis. You saw that he took his eye off the ball and ran. As Otis Nixon takes a big swing, he ran towards the spot he thought the ball was going to come down in. And he judged it perfectly.
Here's a hitter that is going to slap the fastball, and I know a lot of pitching coaches and all that will say it's wrong. I would change up on Otis Nixon. I would change up on him and make him swing the bat. He wants you to throw the ball hard, where all he has to do is just drop the bat head on the ball, and that's his game. Now, obviously you can't do it if you can't throw strikes with your changeup.
That's down low for ball 2, 2-1.
But the old saying used to be, well, when you get a hitter like Otis Nixon, don't throw him anything off speed. Well, that's the only pitch that he can hit is the good fastball.
And that's a chopper, and it's a tough play for Martinez. And Buddie is there again. That's the second great play by Martinez and Buddie. And Nixon is gone. So Mike Buddie showing his athletic abilities here.
This is a tough play, and that's Otis Nixon, just a little chopper. And if Tino elected to make that play, I believe Otis beats it out because he's going back. You see Tino going back on the ball, and time he rights himself, Otis is going to beat him to the bag, and Mike Buddie, good athletic ability.
Only 4 or 5 steps from first base, and he's got to utilize Mike Buddie to make the out. He can't even get back to the bag in time. So 2 gone for Minnesota. This is Brent Gates. Gates with an 8-game hitting streak on the line.
You remember the time that in Toronto, we were not doing the game, but when Buddie hit Tony Phillips and Tony was barking in the dugout and all this? They don't know Mike Buddie was a wrestler. It was an all-state wrestler in high school, I think.
Well, he was a three-sport standout in high school.
I think Tony Phillips would have been body slammed.
Well hit into left field, and Curtis fighting off the lights. The ball got between him and the lights, and here at the Metrodome, every fly ball is an interesting fly ball. Minnesota leads it 1-0.
More than you know.
Buick is back.
More than you'll ever know.
Back with even more brand new 98s. So now you get more selection and more deals. Save up to $2,600 with 0.9 financing, or get up to $2,500 cash back on more fresh from the factory 98 Buicks. Isn't it time for a real car?
More than you know. More than you'll ever know.
Where can I get Bell Atlantic mobile wireless service? I know I saw a store around here somewhere. Wait a minute. I can go to any Nobody Beats the Wiz location. That's where I can get the best wireless values in New York and New Jersey. Like Digital Choice Service with price plans that start as low as $29.99 a month. Plus, the first minute of every incoming local call is free. And I know there's a store right over here.
Bell Atlantic mobile service is now at Nobody Beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
One less person stuck in a meeting. One less person caught in traffic. One less person put on hold. One more human being more human. Achieve New Balance.
Well, top of the 4th inning, interesting inning for Chad Curtis. Makes a couple of good plays out of the outfield. And Paul O'Neill is there. He knows what it's like in the outfield. Of course, Mike Buddie is certainly happy that Curtis ran down some of those fly balls in left field. So the Yankees coming to bat here in the 4th. They will send up Jeter, O'Neill, and Williams. They are behind by 1. The Yankees with only 1 base hit in the game so far. Jeter grounded out to Walker at second, his first time up. Breaking ball, and it's hit hard to Mears. 1 pitch, 1 out. Well, let's take a look at the scoreboard. Brought to you by Bud. Kansas City 8-2 over Boston. That's a final, and Tampa Bay 1-0 over Baltimore. That's in the 5th inning. Cleveland and Texas don't score in the 2nd in Arlington. That's where the Yankees will head after this game. The rest of the games are a little bit later start. And Paul O'Neill will step in. O'Neill 0 for 1.
You see the difference between the pitchers. Rodriguez, primarily a starter, pitching out of the bullpen, and Mike Buddie, primarily a reliever, now starting. Buddie takes his windup actually from the stretch. He goes into the stretch because that's the way he pitches out of the bullpen, and Frankie takes his windup like a normal starter. And there's no reason. Actually, it's proven you can throw the ball just as hard from the stretch as you can from the windup. The windup serves no purpose in throwing the baseball harder or straighter or whatever.
0-2 count coming to O'Neill. Which is better for your arm?
Makes no difference. They're both bad if you spin open and if you drag your arm.
Not one less stressful than the other?
Nope.
1-2 now. Well, Jack McDowell started for the Angels last night and pitched from the stretch the whole game.
A lot of people, you see right there, Frankie throws off a stiff front leg. Now, a lot of coaches say that's wrong. if you can throw and you can throw consistently, it's right.
Hit out into center field, but right to Dixon. 2 gone for New York. So you're saying that if you get somebody out, stiff leg or jelly leg, forget about it, right?
Doesn't make any difference.
Some more out-of-town scores brought to you by Bud. St. Louis 2-0 over the Mets. That's the first game of a doubleheader. McGuire hit his 50th home run in that game. He's got number 51 in his second game as St. Louis leads it 4-1. Chicago beating San Francisco 7-3. So Chicago building up some steam against the New York Mets now. And Bernie Williams steps in with 2 men out. Bernie also 0 for 1.
You know, the whole thing in pitching, Bobby, is when that front foot hits the ground on the mound, your arm wants to be in the throwing position. Whether you wind up out of the stretch, you quick pitch or whatever, when his front foot or Mike Buddie's left foot hits the ground, the arm wants to be at its highest point. Then all you have to do is rotate your body and throw the ball.
Easier said than done, all right?
You can actually practice your motion in your bedroom as a kid. You can practice your motion by just working on getting that front leg. Now watch his front leg, his left leg. When it hits the ground, the arm should be up at its highest point. And then all you do is just turn and throw.
Sounds pretty easy to me.
Oh, yeah. But then it's throwing it to the corners.
But yet the problem is for pitchers is throwing strikes.
Why not? But if you get in that position every time, your chances of throwing strikes is greatly increased. And Dick Such right there. Dick Such gets maligned more than any pitching coach I know.
Looks like a professor. A swing and a miss.
All I know is he has some 20-game winners and he's got 2 World Series rings on his finger, so he can't be too bad.
That's a good professor. And not Professor Corey.
Oh, no.
2 men out for New York here in the 4th. Well hit into right field. Lawton came in. Now he's got to go back, and it's off his glove. Bernie around first on his way to second. So 2-out double by Williams puts the tying run at second base for New York. I'll tell you what, when Williams hits the ball, when he hits it on the line, it just seems to take off and fools most of the outfielders.
Bobby, I've never seen anybody hit the ball and the ball jumps off his bat like Bernie. And Matt Lawton read the ball, and then it got out there, and it was like, uh-oh, I misjudged it. And you saw him try to correct a mistake right here, and not this time. He made a great catch in Yankee Stadium, but here in the Dome, nah. Just got fooled with that ball going right over his head.
So Bernie with his first base hit, the Yankees second. So he's at second base for Tino Martinez, who's 0 for 1.
Over the course of this year, this is where the Yankees have shined. A lot of 2-out base hits. Keep the inning going. Keep the inning going. Got a runner in scoring position. Boy, how many 2-out hits they have gotten.
Most of them were hitting in the high 300s with runners in scoring position. Most of the starting 9 for Joe Torre. 325, 365, 375. And Tino Martinez with a base hit. Bernie will round third, and he will come on to tie it up. So some 2-out base hitting by New York. And the 2 men that they count on, 98 RBIs now for Tino Martinez.
Well, this is what we said. 2-out base hits, and that was a high fastball, and Tino Martinez is absolutely one of the better high ball hitters for a left-hander you'll see in the league. Right there, high out over the plate, head down, and just ripped it right back up the middle.
You know, you talk about overspin as Strawberry steps in. That was a great shot right there. You could see where the ball was meeting the bat, or the bat was meeting the ball, and then the hands turn over, creates that top spin on the baseball. That was a great shot. On the outside corner for a called strike. Now it's 1-1.
I was just a kid with the White Sox and played an exhibition game during the season. Hank Aaron hit off of me. He hit one of those overspin ground balls, almost knocked our shortstop down. I mean, that ball hit and just exploded on that second bounce. Oh, my heavens.
Strawberry with 22 home runs. That leads this Yankee ball club in batting practice. I mean, he put on a show here at the Metrodome. He cost the Yankees, I would say, at least $150
in baseballs.
Hitting them out of the Metrodome.
Well, you see Steinbach and Rodriguez. It's more Terry, I think, than Frankie, going to off-speed pitches, change-ups, breaking balls.
Outside for a ball, and it's 3-1 out of Strawberry. So Rodriguez is building himself a bit of a hole here in the 4th inning.
Well, last time at 3-1, they threw him a breaking ball because at 3-0, Darrell swung and missed and fanned us up here.
The 3-1 pitch is high and outside, ball 4. So Strawberry has walked twice in the game. Martinez will end up at second, and Chad Curtis will get a chance to put the Yankees in front.
I don't know if Frankie was trying that, but actually you don't want to walk yourself into trouble, but you have to look at it this way. Would I rather try to challenge Darrell Strawberry or go after Chad Curtis with a new count?
I know what I'd do.
I go after Chad Curtis with a new count.
I agree with you.
It may not work out that way, but your percentages are much better off this way.
Curtis at 1 for 1. He got the first base hit for New York. And Rodriguez finds the strike zone on him. Confidence is a huge factor for any hitter, especially when you're in a slump. But that one base hit that he hits solid right back up the middle, that could be the base hit to get Chad Curtis started again. And he hits that one hard. But Gates will take it himself as he forced a runner at third. So New York comes up with a couple of base hits. They also come up with a run. So we're all tied up at 1 here at the Metrodome.
I'm late. Where are my keys? Where are my keys?
Got a minute?
We've got to go.
Well, Toyota's National Clearance Event is here with a huge selection. Lease a new Camry now, and for $259 a month for 36 months with zero due-it signing, they'll even take care of your first month's payment. Or get $750 customer cash, an incredible offer on America's #1 selling car. So take time off for Toyota's National Clearance Event now at your Toyota dealer.
For 100 years, Biv the Michelin Man has symbolized our never-ending quest to invent the best tires in the world. Michelin, celebrating 100 years of innovation.
What you want is America's best-selling compact sport utility at a great price. What you need is Ford's factory-authorized clearance, going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because during Ford's factory-authorized clearance, you can get low 1-9 financing on any '98 Ford Explorer, or lease an Explorer XLT for just $359 a month, or lease an Explorer Sport for just $299 a month. What you want is huge savings, and what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory-authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store now.
Strike 3. That's a K for Rabu. Strike 3. Swing and a miss. Hang another K. Strike 3. Another Hudek K. He's out of there. Another K. Another K. He's a K. He's a king of the K tonight.
I don't want to be the K anymore.
New York Yankees baseball is sponsored by the new Dodge. It's about change. And the Yankees have changed the score. It's 1-1. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Matt Lawton leads it off for Minnesota. You were talking about Tony Phillips inning or so ago, and Matt Lawton kind of reminds me of that Tony Phillips type of player.
Little spark plug type.
Yeah.
Matt Lawton plays hard. I'll tell you that. He goes out there and plays hard every time.
Back up the middle, a shot. I don't know if it caught a piece of Buddie or not, but a leadoff base hit by Matt Lawton.
This shows you some of Mike Buddie's athletic ability right here, getting out of the way of this ball. And you don't realize how fast those balls come right back. That was right back through his legs before he could move.
Yes, true. Now put a metal bat in Matt Lawton's hand. Let him hit one of those back up the middle. That's a lethal weapon is what that would be.
Bobby, the Minnesota Gophers have a tournament here, and I saw the LSU Tigers. In fact, Todd Walker may have been playing on it. They hit balls here. Left-handers were hitting the balls to left field 15 and 20 rows deep.
Something happened there, and I think that they're calling interference on Joe Girardi.
Catcher's interference, and you see Joe Torre's coming out now to argue this.
Apparently, Girardi's glove got in the way of the swing by Marty Cordova. And Girardi is having a big argument now with Culbreth. And here comes Joe Torre to talk about it. Another angle. And there was somewhat of a, seemed like a hollow sound. Obviously, he got a piece of the glove, which is catcher's interference. What would the argument be? I mean, if he sticks his glove up there and Cordova swinging the bat, that's definitely interference.
Well, I saw Joe Girardi look down to third base and first base and saying, you know, try to get some help, but that's not a help call right there.
So maybe it didn't. I don't know. Maybe it didn't hit the glove. Maybe that's what he was arguing about. Nevertheless, Torre and also Girardi will lose this argument. 2 men on now for Minnesota. And David Ortiz is the batter. Yankees won and Minnesota won. Nobody out here in the fourth. We don't know how many innings Buddie will go for the Yankees tonight. He's up above that 50 pitch count. I imagine Joe Torre will try to get at least 6 innings out of him if he can with the shortness of the bullpen.
Well, I think you've got to look at 100, 110 pitches, and if he can give you 6, 7 innings, that's a great night. Well, David Ortiz, 6'4", 230 pounds, got him in a trade from Seattle in 1996. He is huge, and he has been swinging the bat well for the Twins.
The only rookie in this lineup. Lofted out into center field. Bernie gets it back into the infield, so the runners will hold. And that'll bring up Ron Coomer.
You know, this is exactly when Mike Buddie pitches. Normally, he's going to be in situations like this, coming in out of the bullpen, runners on first and second. Right-handed hitter Ron Coomer coming up, although usually you have not faced him coming out of the bullpen, but here he just served up a home run to Ron Coomer. But this is only going to make this young man pitching in games like this and pitching under duress and in pennant races. Not that there's a pennant race on, but you're going to you're still pitching in the big leagues against quality hitters, and it's only going to make this young man better, regardless of where they pitch him out of, either starting or out of the bullpen.
Well, Coomer will step in with a couple of men on. He hit a home run back in the second to put Minnesota in front. That was his 14th of the year. And that pitch will be fouled out of play.
The thing about Coomer, if you throw him inside, his hands are quick enough that he'll pull the ball like he did when he hit the home run. But if you throw him away, he's a good enough hitter that he'll take you to right center field. And you can see right there is DH right field first base. He came over to the Twins as a third baseman. Tom Kelly said, "Can you play first base?" He said, "Sure can." 2 nights later, they came out and he said, "Ronnie, can you play right field?" He said, "Oh, all the time." And he ran in. He said, "Never played it in my life."
And did he hold up on that? No, he did not. So it's an 0-2 count coming to Coomer. Well, Coomer was really thought of more as a career minor league player.
That's right.
And he has played his way into this Tom Kelly lineup. Last year, he was platooning with Todd Walker at third base. Well, Walker got off to a slow start, so Coomer got a lot of playing time.
When he came over, the Dodgers had him slotted as a career minor leaguer because he was a back of some pretty good third basemen.
Lines this one into right field. Base hit for Coomer. Lawton will come around to score, and Twins will take a 2-1 lead. So Coomer with his second base hit and his second RBI of the game. And that pitch came on an 0-2 count from Mike Buddie.
And that was a slider that hung out over the plate. And Ron Coomer, like I said, is a good hitter. You throw him a fastball in, and he'll pull it. That was a slider, and he just got inside the ball and hit a nice line drive to right center field. That's Ron Coomer when he hits the ball well. He hits it all over from right field line to left field line.
So Minnesota comes back here in the 4th. And Todd Walker, the second best hitter in the American League. First pitch base hit from Walker. And another run comes on to score. It's 3-1 Minnesota. Todd Walker was considered a Rookie of the Year candidate last year. He got off to a slow start. Kind of blamed Tom Kelly for his slow start and not really playing as well as they thought he was going to play, but he has put it together here in 1998.
Todd Walker, the first-round draft choice of the Twins, came up and they thought he was really going to do well. And all of a sudden, you see right here, the fastball up. Good fastball hitter. Good first ball fastball hitter. And Todd Walker went back down to the minor leagues to shorten up his stroke, Bobby.
And Steinbach sends one high in the air to center field. It's always an adventure for any player to try to bring one down when it goes into the air. And that was a tough play for Derek Jeter. He went a long ways and eventually caught that one over his shoulder.
Well, they're playing at double play depth, and that ball was right in that triangle out there that Bernie was not going to get to the ball. And Derek Jeter had a bead on it all the way. Now, there's no infield fly called simply because the infielder never got himself turned around to control the ball. He was always going away with his back to home plate. Therefore, they did not call the infield fly rule.
So 2 outs, and Pat Mears will step in. He flied out deep to left field his last time up. Good swing by Mears, but fouls it out of play. I don't know, TJ. You got the Minnesota Twins. They're sort of in a, would you say, a lame duck situation here in Minnesota with the franchise up for sale. They need a new ballpark. There's all kinds of controversy going on because of the legislature, the people, the Metrodome. Will they move? Will they be sold? Will they build a new ballpark? What kind of an effect does that put on the players and the management itself? Do they go out and try to piece together this ball club? I mean, they've got a pretty good nucleus here. But what do they do with it?
Terry Ryan, who's sitting over in the next booth over from us, is really hamstrung because he does not have a large budget to work with.
Well, we'll talk more about that as Paul O'Neill pulls it in, but Minnesota comes up with 2 off of Mike Buddie. They lead it 3-1.
Here's a little something we think you're going to like. Sony Mini Disc, the amazing portable that lets you play mixes of your favorite music, ones that you record yourself. You know you want it.
Yes!
Recordable, portable, digital Sony Mini Disc. Make it down to service merchandise and make it with MD.
Chevrolet would like to bring you this special announcement.
New Chevy cars and trucks are heading your way.
Right now, your local Chevy dealer is offering great deals.
During the Chevy model year clearance, 0.9 APR financing or up to $1,000 cash back on the cars more Americans trust. Chevrolet. Get 0.9 or cash back on Cavalier Coupe, on Chevy Lumina, and Chevy Malibu. There's great deals on other Chevy cars and trucks, too. So finish what you're doing. Then see your local Chevy dealer for great summer deals during the Chevy model year clearance.
여러분, 우리는 여기서 한국 타이어의 우수성을 직접 증명해야 합니다. 우리는 해냈습니다. 자, 다음 장소로.
Hankook Tires.
Minnesota comes up with 2 in the last inning, so we go to the top of the 5th, leading it 3-1. And Stottlemyre over there visiting with Mike Buddie after that inning.
But that's good, constructive talk. When you come in, you don't want to overload the pitcher's brain. He's got enough to think of while he's out there already. And, you know, you don't want to come in and say, well, here's what you did wrong. You did this and that. All you want to do is say, okay, here's what to do to make yourself better. Boom, boom, boom. Go get him. 3 runs is not going to beat this ball club.
Grotius leads it off for the Yankees here in the 5th inning. He struck out his first time up, the only strikeout for Rodriguez. He gets underneath it. High fly ball into center field. 1 gone for New York. The Yankees have had some pretty good swings off of Rodriguez, and you know, maybe just one of those nights that you're just underneath it a bit, or you're just on top of it a bit.
Well, you remember you were talking about hitting the round ball with the round bat. This might be one of those nights where you aren't hitting it squarely and you're just getting underneath it. This is this is really a big ballpark from left center to right center. If you can keep it in almost straightaway center field, it's a pretty good poke out there.
And Girardi fouls the first pitch back and out of play.
At least the ways it used to be when the guys weren't as strong.
So Rodriguez, who has shown pretty good control tonight, he has walked a couple. And Girardi's numbers career-wise is not very good against Rodriguez. That'll be another foul off to the right side.
I think one of the reasons for that right now, you got him 0-2 and you're throwing 2 fastballs in, boom, boom, and you're throwing it by him, and now Joe's saying, golly, he's got it in on me. I've got to quicken up. And now watch Steinbach try to move off the plate, maybe with a breaking ball or a fastball away. And you try to get Joe to swing at something out of the strike zone, breaking down and away.
They went inside, and it's a ground ball to the second baseman Walker. 2 gone. So New York with 3 base hits and a run. Girardi is 0 for 2 tonight. And a beautiful look into right field, right center field, as Knobloch comes to the plate. You know, some mixed welcome here for Chuck Knobloch.
Well, a lot of
some
people,
boos and some people clapping for him.
A lot of the people here are upset that Chuck left Minnesota, but he just wanted to go someplace where you had a chance to play for a winning team, because he knew that this ball club, the way it was constructed and the way Carl Pohlad was spending the money, that they were not going to have a competitive team. It's tough to have a championship team out on the field when you got a $16 million payroll.
High and inside. And Knobloch takes a long look at Rodriguez on that pitch.
Now, I don't think he was trying to come that far up and in, but he dropped down. He dropped down and threw a little David Cone Laredo, or maybe that might have been Frankie's Staten Island pitch.
Staten Island, you mean?
Well, pitching from Brooklyn,
oh,
yeah. You got.
And then he comes back with a breaking ball down low, 2-1.
After you've just dropped one up around his head, you come back with a breaking ball. That pretty good pitch
good
right
one,
there.
you
Yes,
bet.
it was.
If that had been over and had been high enough, that would have been a strike on Knobloch, because I know he wouldn't have swung at it. That's down in the dirt. Now it's ball 3-3-1. The Yankees scored a couple of runs off of Rodriguez. They scored 1 run off of Rodriguez with 2 hits after he recorded the first 2 outs in the 4th inning. Now he has fallen behind Knobloch 3-1. Only 25 years old, and Minnesota thinks that once he corrals his control and his maturity really sets in with this 25-year-old kid, they'll have the all-star pitcher that they thought they were going to get. Good 3-1 pitch there.
So that was a nasty 3-1 slider. And you know, he's been around for a while, and I think the thing that a lot of people forget is he's only 25 years old. Boy, that was a good pitch. Good location. Chuck looking fastball.
Swing, and the bat goes flying. Knobloch strikes out to end the inning here in the 5th. And Knobloch says, well, if that hits somebody, just give them the bat. Got a lot of friends still here in Minnesota. 3-1, the Twins.
No matter how high the thermometer climbs or how sticky the humidity gets, nothing will be hotter this summer than the deals you'll get during Jeep Summer Days. Like a 0 down $279 a month Cherokee lease with only $774 due at signing. With all this, including air conditioning at no extra charge. Or get a great price on Jeep Wrangler. But you'd better hurry in, because deals this incredibly hot are bound to cool down fast. Check out this $279 lease at your dealer.
Get him out of there. Post it up, boys. Let's go.
There's ordinary beer. And then there's Michelob. Beer or Michelob.
Now get free unlimited airtime to any one number. From Bell Atlantic Mobile, the best value in wireless. Now at Nobody Beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
The golden city of El Dorado, vanished. Gold doubloons, lost at sea. The goose that laid the golden egg, dinner. Now there's the Lexus golden opportunity. Don't let this one slip away. You'll find the Lexus of your dreams, whether you buy or lease at values more incredible than you'd ever expect. But hurry, the Lexus golden opportunity ends August 31st at your Lexus dealer.
Back at the Metrodome, Minnesota leads at 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So they start off with their leadoff batter, Otis Nixon, who is 1 for 2. Slaps it out in the left field, and Curtis is there to make it a 1-pitch, 1 out here in the 5th inning. Well, next Friday at 8 p.m., the Jets and the Chicago Bears. And the preseason continues with Kenny Albert and Joan Willie Namath will be calling the action for you right here on the WB11. And speaking of the Chicago Bears, Tommy John's got some interest there.
Yeah, I could have somebody tape that for me so I can get a copy of that game.
Yeah, your daughter is married to a Chicago Bear rookie, right?
That's right. Patrick Manaway. Yep.
Beautiful Tammy. Boy, she is a gorgeous lady. And what's his name?
Patrick Manley. Patrick is number 65 with the Bears. He's an offensive tackle, and he's a long snapper. That's his strength. You know, being a long snapper in pro football is like being a left-handed pitcher. There's a job open for you somewhere.
Well, Mike Buddie, his next pitch will be number 70 for him.
Piece of cake. He's rolling right along. You know, there's no reason why he can't throw a good 100, 115, 20 pitches.
There's a good pitch on the outside corner. It's 3-1.
And I say that because he's not laboring, and I'm sure that's what Joe and Mel are talking about now. You know, what do you think? If a pitcher is not laboring and not just expending all kinds of energy out there, he still has good stuff.
Well, up high, ball 4, so 1 out walk to Gates, and Mel is over there dialing long distance.
Yeah, the quickest way to get those guys down is throw a good quality pitch right here, do a little 6-4-3 double play, and you're back in. But until that happens, Graham Lloyd's getting up in the bullpen.
Well, Stottlemyre completes the call to Australia. And so the big Aussie will get up for New York. And Matt Lawton will step in. Lawton is 1 for 2. Scored the first run for Minnesota. Check that, the second run for Minnesota.
That wasn't a good pitch right there, and I'll tell you why. That was a changeup first pitch. And I don't like changeups first pitch because you have nothing to change off of. Unless, and I'll put an asterisk, your changeup is your best pitch, like Andy Messersmith or a Jeff Zahn or somebody like that.
We don't like asterisks.
Bowie Kuhn did.
Girardi will go out to talk to Mike Buddie. The count is 2 balls and no strikes to Matt Lawton with a man on, and that's going to bring Stottlemyre out to the mound. Let's take another look at this here. Did he mix him up here?
No, I just think Joe went out there right. He's walked the hitter in front of him, and now he's 2-0 and Matt Lawton, and he's pitching himself into a hole that he might not be able to have a ladder tall enough to get out of. And in the big leagues, you cannot pitch 3-1, 2-0. Big Graham Lloyd down there. I tell you, I like the way he throws the ball. I think if he had been with another organization or in another program, I think he could have been a starter.
I know one thing. You wouldn't like it facing Graham Lloyd if you're from the left side, if you were batting from the left side. Well, the conversation is over with. The 2-0 count is coming to Lawton. And a good quality pitch on the outside corner, 2-1.
Many times a pitching coach will come out there and just like you said, Bobby, not give you a lot of instruction, but just keep telling you that you've still got good stuff and you're throwing the ball good, and just be a little more positive and challenge the batter.
That'll be out of play off to the left side.
Now is a good count if you're going to throw a 2-2 changeup.
What about some pitching coaches going out there saying, if you don't get this guy out, you're gone? Well, you're out of here.
Well, that
you're out of the game and you're going back to Columbus. They wouldn't do that, though, would they?
Well, I have not heard of it, but
well, how about Art Fowler?
No, Art.
I'm just kidding.
Art was out there so many times. One time I told him, I said, Art, you know, there's a rule in baseball. There can only be one of us on the mound to get this game started, and you're out here and the game can't get going. I said that they think that you and I are Siamese twins. We're out here so often.
Yeah, Art Fowler, the pitching coach for Billy Martin for so many years. What a funny guy, and
he was
fun to be around.
Art was hilarious.
Back up the middle and underneath the glove of Buddie. Gates will hold at second, so 2 men are on now for Minnesota. And the heart of this lineup is coming up. Second hit for Lawton.
Matt Lawton just went down and got a pretty good pitch here and hit it right back up the middle. It's like he did last time. Ground ball up the middle. Ground ball up the middle. You see him step right in on that ball. Boy, that was a good picture of that front foot going right in, almost stepping towards the third baseman and driving it up the middle. And on this turf, it doesn't take much to get away from the second baseman or shortstop.
So Marty Cordova will step in. He is officially 0 for 1. He reached first base in the 4th on catcher's interference. Eventually came around to score. That'll be fouled out of play, and right now, Mike Buddie needs that ground ball, that double play to get out of this inning.
And this is a good pitch to get it. Watch the ball sink down and in, and unfortunately, Marty Cordova did not respond by hitting a ground ball. He just barely ticked the ball, and the ball went between Joe Girardi's legs, the umpire's legs, and went back to the backstop.
Now the Minnesota Twins have cut their payroll to about $17 million, so they're one of the low payrolls in baseball. Did he go around? They will ask for help, and Tashida said yes. He went a little bit too far, so now it's 1-2.
Now watch how far this is. A good sinker down. Marty said no. Marty couldn't tell you how far he went because his head was on Tom Kelly's lap.
That's down low. That'll leave the count up at 2-2.
Well, there's one way to get a ground ball, and that's the way he's pitching right now. You aren't going to get too many ground balls throwing the ball belt high and above. And these are just some nasty pitches.
Lined into center field. Another base hit for Minnesota. Another runner around third that comes on to score, and it's 4-1 Twins.
And as many good pitches as Mike Buddie threw with the sinker, he goes 2-2 and hangs a slider out on the plate. Now watch the ball just sitting there spinning. Boy, and that's right on Marty Cordova's paddle right there. Watch the ball right there spinning. You can see the dot on the ball. Boy, there was no break, no action, nothing on that pitch.
Yeah, when Buddie needed to make that good pitch, he just has been he's leaving, and we've got a pitching change here at the Metrodome. We'll be back right after this.
It was the best thing we ever did. We got rid of all our bills.
0, 0, 0.
Today, you could start a new beginning.
If you're a homeowner, call 1-800-CHAMPION for our Pay Down Your Debt program.
Find out how you can have zero balances on all of your bills and save hundreds of dollars a month.
We're saving $300 a month.
I should have done it sooner. No better time, no better way.
No day like today.
Isn't today a great day for a new beginning? When your bank says no, Champion says yes.
PC, perpetually complicated, profusely corded, physically conspicuous, particularly costly. Oh, and then there's the new iMac, which is about as un-PC as you can get.
Here's an odd moment in history. Men and women of all shapes and sizes gathering to swim from the shores of England to the coast of Europe, equipped with only muscle and determination. Was it sheer guts or sheer stupidity? Didn't they know that when you fly to London on British Airways, you get a second European city for free? See Europe the smart way and call British Airways at 1-800-AIRWAYS. Why swim when you can fly?
All right, a couple of men on for Minnesota. Graham Lloyd is pitching to David Ortiz. And that pitch is outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes down to Ortiz. Minnesota with a 4-1 lead as we take a look at Graham Lloyd's numbers on the year. Pretty darn impressive.
You better believe, look at that. 27 innings pitched, 2 base on balls.
And his specialty is to get out left-handers.
Well, he's going to have to get out some lefties and some righties and some switch hitters and all kinds of people now, because he's got to log in about 2 or 3 innings to get into the 7th, 8th inning.
And that's really not his style, because Lloyd's style is to probably go no more than an inning and a half. And most of the time, 1 or 2 batters.
Right.
So he will have to pitch out of his, normal. That's down low for a ball, and it's ball 4 to Ortiz. So he comes in and walks the first batter to load the bases for Minnesota. Mike Buddie threw 82 pitches for Joe Torre and Mel Stottlemyre. Obviously, they were hoping that they could get more out of Mike Buddie tonight than what they did. But Minnesota really mounting a huge threat here in the 5th inning. They've already scored 1, and the bases are loaded.
This Minnesota ball club historically has always been a very good offensive ball club, and they're really good here in the Dome. They have a lot of contact hitters now. Maybe not the power that they used to have with the Puckett's and Herbecks and Gaettis and Brunanskis and guys like that, but they got a lot of contact hitters.
And speaking of a contact hitter, this is Ron Coomer. Coomer is 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, including his 14th home run. So now more than ever, the Yankees need that ground ball for the double play. That'll be out of play. That goes into one of the suites here at the Metrodome. One of the suites that they use for baseball that everybody here claims it's more of a football suite.
Well, it is because all the Twins get off those suites are the tickets sold for the baseball for the game that night, and that's it. And that's why this building was built for the Minnesota Vikings, and the Twins are in here for 81 days.
Popped him up into right field. O'Neill with a great arm and 9 assists. The runner will tag, and the throw is coming, and it's a little bit wide. So Lawton will score, and Minnesota will take a 5-1 lead. That's the 3rd RBI for Ron Coomer.
Good pitch by Graham Lloyd. You see the slider going in and kind of jamming Ron Coomer, and O'Neill gets himself back. Now he comes in and minimal effort, gets the ball off, but you see the ball tailing, and the left-hander, the ball kind of leaks out to the foul side of home plate. And he had the ball there in plenty of time. If the ball's on the plate, Matt Lawton's out. You see Paul's a little upset with himself.
So Lawton tags and comes on to score, and that'll bring up Todd Walker. Runners at the corner now for Minnesota. Walker last year was kind of criticizing Tom Kelly by the way that he was handled. Said he thought he gave up on him a little bit too quickly. That's popped up behind home plate. Not a lot of room here at the Metrodome.
Well, I think what happened, Bobby, real quick, but they said that he had a too long of a swing, and so they didn't give him a chance to get things straightened out. They sent him right back down to Salt Lake and let him try to shorten up his swing.
Well, what happened was Walker came to the Minnesota Twins with this big buildup,
First round draft choice, number 1 man. You better believe
obviously a shoe-in for the Rookie of the Year, and I think he was reading the papers. He got off to a bad start, and he didn't know how to handle it, and Tom did the best he could.
And there is Terry Crowley, the Twins hitting instructor, and a very good hitting instructor. And Terry teaches the same as Chambliss and all the rest of them. A short, compact stroke, and that was the thing that Tom Kelly, they thought that Todd Walker had too long of a stroke to be effective up here.
And one of the things that'll be out of play that I was saying about Tom Kelly, he does not want a young guy with the great ability that Todd Walker has to go through that miserable time, trying to prove to everybody after all this big buildup. So he utilized what a great manager should do, in taking care of the young guy, even though a lot of times the player thinks the manager is giving up on him, which they really aren't. And obviously he's proving it here. Through the glove of Tino Martinez. Another run will come on to score. Ortiz will end up at third. You won't see that many times. A miscue by the Yankee infielder. And it's 6-1 Minnesota.
So you won't see this very often, especially on turf, and you don't expect it on turf. And that was, Tino caught it on the short hop there. The ball just did not come up right. And that doesn't happen very often to Tino. It doesn't happen very often on AstroTurf.
He's made two great plays tonight on that throwing to the pitcher covering at first base, and then the easy play just gets underneath the glove. I know he's not happy with that. Terry Steinbach is the batter. Steinbach 0 for 2.
Line on Buddie. 4 1/3 inning. Hits. 6 runs. 4 earned runs. 1 walk.
Outside for a ball. Now it's 2-1. Buddie's line is complete now. Giving up 6 runs, only 4 earned, as he threw 82 pitches in the game. And that's lined to the left field. Another base hit and another run for Minnesota. Steinbach with his first base hit.
Here's a ball down, and that's right on Terry's paddle right there. Ball didn't have a lot of sink to it, and Terry got underneath it and hit a line drive to left field.
So Pat Mears now will step in. And he hits one, a soft liner, and there's Knobloch to take it away from him. It looked like another base hit. Minnesota comes up with a bunch of runs. They lead it 7-1.